Do I look like someone that would buy a board game purely on looks alone? Yes. Yes, I do. This is Excalibur, a 2 to 8 player social deduction game where you are aiming to be the one with Excalibur and rule England, become King of England by getting the sword. That's what you're doing. Before we talk about how the game is played, I'd like to take a minute just to talk about production. This is the collector's edition. There is a deluxe edition where the swords are wooden and all the chips inside are also wooden. This is the collector's edition. So in this edition, you will have 3 completely metal swords in the game. These swords are completely pointless, really. They don't do anything. They mark out a space on the table for you to be able to place the little plastic or wooden tiles. But they're metal. It's cool. It's cool, right? You'll also get these incredibly delightful plastic or wooden tiles that will have the characters on the back, which is the main crux of the game. It's a social deduction game, very similar to Love Letters or Coups or Resistance or Avalon, that type of game, but instead of it being mainly card driven, this is using these tiles. Excalibur is a super simple social deduction game. Whew, that was a tongue twister. First of all, you will take your metal swords. Did I mention that they're metal? And you will place all 3 of them into 3 equal kind of regions, points all facing together. Then you will place out tiles all amongst those regions, roughly having the same amount of tiles between each region. You will then pass the Excalibur blade to one of the players. That will be the first player. That player will also have the crown. You will also then play the Cursed Blade to another player. That will mean that that player can never win the game unless they can somehow get rid of Excalibur. You are aiming to get Excalibur in your hand by the end of the game, and then you will be the winner and King of England. But if you have a Cursed Blade, you can never win the game. You will start the game with a hand of 4 tiles. If you're a first player, one of those tiles will of course be Excalibur, or if you have the Cursed Blade, one of those tiles will of course be the Cursed Blade, but everyone else will just have 4 random tiles, and each tile has an ability. You could have a special character, which are these gold characters here, or you could have normal characters that don't have golden names on them, but they just still have an ability. On your turn, you will choose one of the tiles from your hand, and then you will hold it face out in front of you. Then everyone in turn will turn their hand over, and starting from the start player, will then action what it says on their chip. These chips could mean you can steal chips, swap chips, get extra chips, hide the swords, that kind of thing. Protect you from being stolen against, and all different manners of things that are in good social deduction games. Once everyone around the table has actioned their tiles, if you have less than 4 tiles in front of you, you will take a tile from a random region. The crown is then passed along to the next player, and they are the start player from the round. You'll continue going round and round like this until one of the regions in Avalon is completely empty. Then, when the region is completely empty, whoever has Excalibur still in their hand is the winner. So my final thoughts on Excalibur. I really, really enjoy this game. There's no doubt that social deduction, games like, as mentioned, Coup, Love Letter, Resistance, Blood on the Clock Tower, Werewolf, Secret Bad Man, all of those games are fun. I love table talk. I love that intrigue, that kind of hidden role, that kind of trying to get information out of people. I really enjoy that. And if you enjoy those games, you will as well. If you are expecting more than a Love Letter or a Coup from this game, you potentially could be a little bit disappointed. It is a more pricey social deduction style game, and that is purely production alone. The table setting for this game is amazing. Whether it's collector's edition or deluxe, the only difference is going to be wooden over metal and plastic. And that is a choice that you can obviously make. The box design is slightly different, with the collector's edition being this quadruple layered, and you put Excalibur in the front, and it's all a bit more polished and a bit shinier and nice, and it looks nicer on the table. Or not on the table, on the shelf, but also looks nicer on the table. I can understand that is kind of that's a swing. That's whether I'm not here to spend your money. It's your money. You spend your money how you like to spend your money. I spent my money on this, and I have this. So this is mine. This is my Kickstarter edition that has come in the post, and I'm telling you about it. It is a pricier. It's not that bad in the grand scheme of board games, but it's a pricier social deduction game where you can get the same level of tactical thinking out of an £11 copy of Love Letter. The difference here, obviously, having 4 tiles in hand gives you more choice of rules to take, and you can choose which to do to kind of strategize slightly better as you're trying to work out where Excalibur is around the table. This could have been a card game, but I'm happy it's a tile game because we've got enough social deduction card games. And that is very cool. There is one printing thing I found, and I don't know if that's something to change, but one of the characters tells you to look for a blue background character. None of them have blue backgrounds. The blue and red backgrounds are actually on the player aid. So there is that, rather than going, oh, that's not, do I have a blue background? You have to just check your characters and check against the player aid to make sure you've got blue and red. That I find a bit strange, that hasn't been put onto the tile. There's not a blue outline inside there somewhere that tells you that. Unless I'm missing something, please tell me in the comments if I'm not. But yeah, that's the only thing I found, that the game is so simple. Then it'll say blue character and you're on one of the tiles and you have to go, right, hold on. Nope, I don't have any of them. Or yes, I do. That's the only rule kind of thing that I've found, if I'm being perfectly honest with it. But it's a fantastic, and it's really fun. At 2 players, it's probably not the best. At 2, 3, 4. It works at 2. I've played this at 2. It was fun at 2. I would probably house rule it because there's so many tiles in the box that it outstays its welcome. Some of them, the abilities in a 2-player game, I think, kind of break the game a little bit and make it, if you're lucky enough to have that tile in hand, you're almost guaranteed yourself a win. So I might take them out playing it 2, but it does work and it's fine. This is obviously a game that shines as a party game for 5, 6, 7 or 8 players to get the most chaos and the most fun out of it completely, and trying to track where Excalibur is, because obviously with lower player counts you can tell where Excalibur is, and you know who to attack essentially, whereas in larger player counts you have no clue. You have no clue. I mean, you have ideas because there's a lot of spies and stuff like that. But I really, really do enjoy this game, and I think it's one to definitely look out for if you are looking for something a little bit different from a social deduction game. I say different, I mean it's got tiles and cool swords and a really, really cool art style. Manny Tremblay is obviously a fantastic artist, the same designer and artist as Dice Throne. So you know what you're getting there. You're getting one of the most beautiful, subjectively, the most beautiful artwork in a game. And that is Excalibur from Roxley Games. Let me know if you've played it or it is on your wait list, or you've backed it and you haven't had it yet. But let me know if it is something that you are interested in playing, interested in getting. Let me know what your favourite social deduction games are in the comments. And please remember to like, share and subscribe this video. Your support is incredible and I'd really like to grow this channel a lot more. So the only way I can do that is with you people on the other side of the moving picture box. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Sorry, Charlie, but you're going to have to move over now. I'm the King of England. Rah.